Hello, my name is Syky and today I will be playing Mage Knights. So let's get going. We will be playing as Tovak and our dummy player will be Mr. Goldix. This is our starting map, and as you can see, we have some crystal mines, we have two villages, we have a keep and one rampaging enemy, we have a magical blade. These will be our advanced cards which we can acquire by leveling up. We have Refreshing Walk, we have a Chivalry, and we have Regeneration. As for our spells, we have Restoration, Wings of Wind, and we have a Fire Shield. As our starting units, we have Herbalists, we have Shock Troops, and we have Magic Familiars. Ooh. I forgot to apologize because I own the Czech version of the game, but I would like to play in English, so forgive me if the translation is bad, but I will do the best I can. Let's start by drawing our first 5 cards. So we have Concentration, some Block, we have some Movement, Fury, and we have Crystallization. In the beginning, you should draw your 5 cards before you are choosing your tactic. Well, this you have to choose one from these 6 cards, and although some of those are really good, for my first day, I think I will choose number 1. Now, we'll shuffle those cards. Let's choose one tactics card for our dummy player, and our dummy player has tactic number 6. The important thing when you are playing solo is that after each round you have to discard both those tactics cards. So maybe in the beginning it's good to choose number 1, so you have the better tactics card available in the later rounds. So let's start. In my first turn, what I would like to do is to reach this crystal mine. So all I have to do is use the march and power it with the green die from the mana pool, and then I will play this card sideways, so it's a movement +1, so we have 5 movement. This costs 2, this costs 3. Let's reroll our mana die. It's white. Clean up these cards. Now we will draw additional 2 cards. So we have another move and another. Now it's turn for our dummy player. So we will draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. And because it's blue and he has 1 blue crystal, we will draw 1 additional card. And I forgot, by the end of the turn, I will get this 1 green crystal because we ended our movement on the crystal mines. And let's see. What I would like to do here is to fight with this green opponent. So in order to get to him, I will need to play my movement card. We have movement 2, so we can advance over here. And let's fight. So as you can see, this opponent is fortified, so we can't use range attacks, but we do not have any. So we will let him attack, and we will use Tovek's special block card, the Ice Block 3. So he has attack of 3, we have block of 3, so he will do no damage. And he has 3 hit points. And we do not have a red die available to power up our Fury card, so in order to defeat him, I believe I will play it like this. Maybe it's a little bit overkill, but we have this green crystal, so that's attack of 6, and he's defeated. By defeating the green enemy, we will gain 2 fame, and we will gain 1 prestige. So let's clean our cards. We will discard this token, we will discard these 3 cards, and let's draw and this, I forgot this one. And let's draw our 4 cards. So we have Instinct, we have Swiftness, we have another Fury, and we have another Movement. Now it's our dummy player's turn. So we will draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, and it's white one, so no additional. In our turn, what we can do is we can try to reach this keep. So let's play our movement card, and we will power it with this blue mana from the source, because this tile costs 4 movement points. So let's move on to the maze, and because it's daytime, we can see what's inside this keep. So what we have here are the swordsmen. They are fortified and they are on the fortified side, so that means we can't even use a siege attack if we had any. But we do not have, so it doesn't matter. So what we will do next is we used our movement and we have another move card. So let's play for move 2 and we will explore. So we can add 1 countryside tile. And we have another keep, and we will see the opponent inside the keep. We have some ruins, so let's, oh yeah, we will see those ruins. And we have a monster den, so I will play 1 brown token over here. Okay, so I think that's all for my turn. So let's re-roll this mana die. Oh, we have a black, so that's exhausted. Let's clean up these cards. So in the end of our round, we will draw 2 more cards. So we have another Swiftness, and we have a mana draw. Let's see what our dummy player is going to do. So we will turn 3 cards, 1, 2, and 3, and it's a red one, so no additional cards. What I would like to do in my turn is I would like to attack this keep. In order to do that, we need to spend 2 movement points, but fortunately, we have our swiftness, so that will give us 2 movement points. So let's move into this keep. I will take the token, we will move onto the keep. What we can do here, well, I'm not sure if I want to block his attack, but it's just 2 wounds and we didn't draw our healing card, so maybe it is a good idea. So we will let him attack us. I will draw 2 wound cards and place it in my hand. And then what I can do is I will use the mana draw card and power it up with this white die, because we haven't used a die in this turn. And we can choose to turn any 1 mana die in the pool into any basic color. So let's change this black mana die to red, and we will gain 2 red mana from the pool. And now we can play our Fury, and we will power it up with our red mana. And then we will play our Instinct, and we will power it up with a red mana. So now we have attack of 8, and he's toast. He will give us 3 fame. So we can move 3 fame. It's 1, 2, 3. Now, as you can see, we have 5 fame, so we can advance onto the next level. Also, because we attacked the keep, we need to lower our prestige by 1. First of all, I will need to clear my playing space, so we will discard these cards, we will re-roll the die, and it's a gold, it's great. Now, we have 2 wounds and a swiftness. What we will do now is we need to level up. So I will draw my 2 skills. And what do we have here? What we have here is we have a range attack and another of the work skills which lets us play one card sideways for 2 points. If you play basic card sideways, you only get 1 point, but with this Stovek skill, we can play one card and get 2 points. And if it's an advanced card, if it's a spell or an artifact, we will get 3 points. But I believe I will take the ranged attack. What we need to do with the other skill, which we did not choose, is we have to remove it from the game. What we will do next is we have to choose one advanced cards from the display, and I believe I want to, although I have 2 wounds, I believe I will choose Chivalry. So it's this card, we will put it on top of our deck, and we will place another advanced card in the display. And that's a shield block. So I will clean this card up and we will draw another 2 cards. So that's one, our Chivalry. And we have a regeneration or healing card. So it's our dummy player turn, so we will play his 3 cards. That's 1, 2, and 3. And we have a green card and he has 2 green crystals, so we will need to turn 2 more cards. There's still 1 remaining. What I would like to do here now is I will explore one more tile, so I will play my swiftness for movement 2, and we will place one tile over here. We have a magic tower. We have one rampaging enemy. Ooh. As you can see, these are the ghouls. They are from the Tesla expansions. They're really nasty because they have this life drain ability. What I will do next is, because we have these 2 wound cards, but we have a healing card, so we will play it for healing 2. We will power it up with this gold mana, and we can heal these 2 wounds. And I believe that's it for my turn. So let's clean this up. I will reroll this mana die, and we have a blue. We will clean these 2 cards, and we will draw. We only have 2 cards left, and we have these 2 for influence. Now it's our dummy player's turn. He only has 1 card left, so that's what he's going to play. And I forgot to do one more thing. When we leveled up, we gained our skill. And what you have to do when you are playing solo, you need to turn this 1 skill from your dummy player and place it in the display. And after your next level up, you can choose this skill instead of yours. It's the same as when you are playing your co-op session or your PvP. So when you are choosing this ability, you have to take this advanced card, the lowest one, and not these other 2. And now what we can do is, because we do not have any movement card, we only have these 3. We have Chivalry, we have Intimidation, and we have Promise. But we are on the keep tile, and there is a 1 unit I would like to hire. There is only 1 unit we can hire in the keep, and that's this Shock Troops unit. So I think I will play, because we have red and white mana, so it doesn't really matter, and we have the prestige of 0. So I think the best thing to do, we will play Promise, and we will power it up with 1 white mana, and we will play the Intimidation. So this card will give us 4 influence, and this will give us 2 influence. That's a total of 6, and they cost 6. So we will take this unit. It's our first active unit. Unfortunately, we only have 1 card left, the Chivalry. It's not a movement card, so we will have to stay where we are. So let's re-roll this die. It's white. We will clean these cards, because we do not have any more cards in our hand, and our dummy player will call the end of the round anyway, so I believe it's all. What we have to do next is we need to take this advanced card and we will place it in our dummy player's deck. We will move these cards down and we will place another advanced card, and it's a ritual attack. Next thing we need to do is we will need to take this spell, and before we discard it, because it's a red spell, we will place one red crystal to our dummy player supply. And our next spell, which we can acquire, is the Tornado, and it's a really great one. I will take these two units and shuffle them up. And we need to draw 3 more units. What we have now, we have some Thugs, we have some Atom Swordsmen, and we have Foresters. All we have to do now is we need to turn this upside down. We will reroll the mana dice, and at least half of them must be the basic color, so we will reroll these two. Yeah, that's great. And that's it for our first day, and we will play our first night.